Alright guys, this is my review of Slammer, and this guy, the Kingdom Slammer, is, in my opinion, the best weaponizer we've gotten from the War for Cybertron trilogy. Now, at the tail end of the Kingdom line, he was in the same wave as Pipes, which I also have. Also a good figure. But let's go ahead and focus on this guy and his absolutely beautiful packaging art here with him in his robot mode, just absolutely blowing things up. You got the arc back here. We got some pterodactyls or pteranodons. I can't tell exactly. I think there might be pteranodons. They don't seem to have a head crest. And then, of course, him in his awesome tank mode. This is a really nice deluxe class figure, and a really nice weaponizer. Coming around to the back, you see his robot mode, his vehicle mode, his weaponized mode, just kind of broken up into pieces. And then, of course, him attached to Pipes in a weaponized mode. Really cool. So, I'm going to go ahead and get his instructions ready. I always have to refer to these when I do the weaponized modes. But anyway, there is the Deluxe Class Slammer, and he is really cool. Absolutely awesome. Here he is compared with the Siege Impactor, and you can see he's not much smaller. He is definitely a bit smaller than this figure. It's a fantastic figure. Anyway, a bit smaller than that. However, in no way, shape, or form is he small. But he is, however, a brick in this mode. The turret doesn't move. And that's an unfortunate circumstance of just the way he's made. And all the parts he is composed of. It does move up and down. So it's not that it doesn't move, it just doesn't move side to side. And he looks very nice. Very reminiscent of the original G1 Slammer that came with the G1 Metroplex figure. He also looks fantastic next to 6-Gun, but we'll get there a little bit later when I do comparisons in robot mode. However, to get there, we must first start off with breaking him down into his weaponized components. And to start doing that, we're going to just take everything apart, really. Hold on a second. Alright, so how the instructions show, I'm going to bring this up and just rip it off here. Now, I did put some glue to tighten up these joints. Right out of the box, he is very loose. All of his joints are extremely loose. So you do want to, get a little bit of glue and tighten up joints. And actually, before we get to weaponized mode, I'm going to go ahead and go to his tower mode. So you want to bring this out after you rip the turret off. And you see it's a little bit back heavy. That's something they said. So you're going to take this, plug it on here as like an antenna for the tower. Or like some kind of like, you want to rotate this around as well. And then you can take these if you want and like put them on down here. However, I think what's best and would allow him to like plug into Metroplex is if you take this piece and plug it back here. You can do it either way. And you can take this and take these pieces and kind of plug them in up here instead. And then plug this in here if you want. And then that'd be how he'd attach to Metroplex. I mean, there's several ways you can do it, but that's just one. So anyway, just gonna rip apart everything here. Take that off. take the whole front of the tank off. I'm going to take these pieces off here, and fold in these. And those will be like missile racks. And so they have these separate. And then this separate. So we'll take these off here. Just straighten out those pegs. Split them apart. We'll set this off to the side. And it wants us to pull these actually perpendicular. And then attach the arms like this. And like this. Okay. So that's how I want to attach the arms. How's it? I think it looks better like that. There we go. That's what I want. Give it a flat surface. Like that. Okay, and then, sorry about that. We're going to take these tracks off here, and they'll tab together at the top, and then they'll plug into here as like a chain sword. It's pretty cool. So now it shows to attach him to Wheeljack, and luckily I have Wheeljack handy. So here's Wheeljack, and to start it wants you to attach his feet onto here, and those are tight. There we go. It's a tight attachment. Alright, so those are attached as like some, I don't know, they attach to his feet. They're skis. Then it says to take this and plug it into his back, like so. Take this piece, plug it in here, split these apart. Oh, first off, it wants you to take off his spoiler. There we go. That'll give you more room. We can attach his spoiler pieces to the back of his legs, so we don't lose them. There we go. Alright, so attach those like that, and then we're going to take the missile racks, and it will go on this side, like so. And then take this and attach the barrel here. Attach it to this arm, and attach the chain sword to this arm. And that looks good. That's a good combination right there. I think that looks really cool. It definitely looks like some weapons that Wheeljack would have come up with, or some kind of weapon pack, weapon attachments that Wheeljack would have come up with in his little lab and tried to, tried to show off to all the other Autobots. If you want, you can take this and plug it into, take that and plug it in somewhere else so it's not in the way. Plug it into his shoulder here, or plug into here. Really, with the 5mm port system. You know, the options are all endless, so pretty cool how that can attach like so. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take all these parts off here. And you don't really have to fear too much of these pegs breaking, because they did the smart thing and actually put the pin through the peg itself. So this peg should be pretty much the most sturdy part of that figure. Taking all this stuff off, I'll go ahead and pull Wheeljack out of the way. Let me go ahead and fix up his spoilers. Alright, so get Wheeljack out of there. And let's go ahead and put him into his robot mode. So basically, you want to just rotate this around and bring this back and snap it into place. Bring up the head, rotate that. These arms going to attach, and they're attached to the wrong arms. So attach the shoulders and then attach the arms to the correct sides. And then we're going to bring out the thighs, plug those in. And these hips and thighs are recycled from the Ironworks mold. So if you have that, that's where they are recycled from. And there's not a whole lot recycled from other figures here. Those are like the only parts that are recycled. But it's just worth noting. Take this and I'm gonna go ahead and plug this onto his back like that. And then you can take this and plug it onto here like so. Plug this on under here and then just plug these treads back on like that, and there he is in his just standard robot mode, and he looks pretty good. He's got very nice color breakup throughout. This nice gray, black, and white all complement each other really well. Some silver paint accents all around. Nice blue visor here. The tampographed Autobot insignia looks good. And then black paint here. Shoulders on the legs. These pieces, curiously enough, they are clipped on. They're just clipped on. They're not like glued on or anything. And if I can get my finger under here, I can show that to you. There we go. This piece is just clipped on, which is strange to me, but I mean, it is what it is what it is. It'd be cool if there was like another use where you'd pop those off and like put them onto somebody else's, like just greebling detail. Articulation in this mode. So his head's on a ball joint, rotates all the way around. Just at the ball joint, you get that far up. If you use the neck panel, you can go even further until it sinks into his neck. Down, not too much. Rotation at the shoulder on a 5mm point post out to a little over 90 degrees there at the shoulder. Rotation at the bicep, 90-degree bend at the elbow. Nothing at the wrists, unfortunately. He does have forward ab crunch due to this joint here. And if you take the tracks or the treads off, you do get a backwards ab crunch. If you take this piece off even, backwards ab crunch to there. Really nice. Rotation on a 5mm port. full Van Damme and then some. Get the arms out of the way. You get way more than the split. Forward and back. And rotation here. Knee bends over, well over 90 degrees. And then ankle tilt. And it can go all the way out due to transformation. But it's got a natural stopping point and then a snap into place. So this is a natural like rotation here, and then it snaps into place and locks in for vehicle mode. Now these parts I removed, you may have seen how they formed a larger chain sword in the combination with Wheeljack. You can make a chain sword out of it. And even if you want, you could like do this and make like some kind of bludgeoning weapon for like somebody with a larger hand. So yeah, you can do a chain sword. But something that's really cool, and if you're a Bionicle fan, you'll really appreciate this. You can split these apart, and you can actually attach these separately as two separate chain swords, and be very reminiscent of Onua Nuva from Bionicle. Pretty cool. And then once again, you can actually attach this here if you want. Just there's quite a bit you can do with like just the accessory parts he comes with, so pretty cool all around. For a size comparison, here he is once again with Wheeljack, side by side. He's a little bit taller than Wheeljack. Here he is with Optimus, and he's comes just under Optimus's mid-chest area, just above his abdomen, below his pecs. So yeah, and here he is with this next review, his Wavemate Pipes. So this guy's coming up. So definitely a great figure. I definitely recommend him if you can find him. He is great. Oh, and here he is actually. One more comparison. Here he is with his buddy, Six Gun. So you can see how they look together, and they look great together, in my opinion. Very nicely done. So very nicely done on Hasbro's part here. So this has been the review of Slammer from the Kingdom War for Cybertron trilogy toy line, the very last wave. Until next time, till all are one.